Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance. First thing I want to say is thank you all for 600 subscribers. I know I say it in every video, but it's insane to me that we've gotten here this quick. And if I'm being dead honest, I know I've said this a lot though, but I really didn't think I'd get past like 100 subscribers even. My biggest thing is if you guys want to start a channel, it's going to be super hard in the beginning. I know for like the first month or two, it took me so long to get 100 subscribers, but it paid off. After that, I started getting a decent amount of views, and now I have 600 subscribers. So thank you all for being part of my journey. Thank you all for subscribing. Now I've picked out 6 date night fragrances for 600 subscribers. And we're just gonna get into the review. First thing I want to say is the decant company I partnered up with, Selective Scents. They have a 25% off their fragrances, and they also have, if you spend $35, you get free shipping, which you can get a decent amount of decants for 35 bucks. They also have a new line of Hollister fragrances that they got in, so their website's actually expanding pretty fast, honestly. So if you want to check out some Hollister fragrances, they also have some incredible summer fragrances like Choo EDT. They have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Oh Intense. If you guys want to check that out, that link will be in the description below. Actually getting into the video now. This is not ranked in any way. This is just what I think of it. But YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme, this is on a lot of people's list for like really good date night fragrances. It's really heavy on the lavender. It's a really aromatic lavender fragrance, and it almost reminds me of CK1 Shock in a way. I smelled these side by side on a live that I did, and they smell pretty similar. The only thing is this doesn't have tobacco in it, but if you don't have money for La Nuit de l'Homme, CK1 Shock, you can also kind of sub in for it. But La Nuit de l'Homme, which is part of the L'Homme line, doesn't have the best longevity, nor does pretty much any fragrance from the L'Homme line. There might be a few that actually have good longevity, so please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't want to be, giving you guys any misinformation. But it's a super sexy fragrance. Also, this is my second time recording, and I'm just going to warn you guys, I'm going to say sexy a lot in this video, because how good these fragrances are. They're super sexy, obviously. But yeah, no, it's good. Doesn't last the longest time. Unfortunately, I haven't actually been able to test this out on my skin, but it's a super just like kind of dark, mysterious fragrance. It's that lavender really just gives it a nice natural smell, I guess you could say. But like I said, very aromatic too. But it's a good fragrance. So I would definitely recommend you get it. There are a couple flankers too, such as Blue Electric. I'm pretty sure I've tried that one. I thought that one was pretty good. But I feel like the EDT is probably the best for date nights. So the next fragrance, which I have a duo, Ultra Male and La Male Elixir. So Ultra Male is a very sweet, fruity, and vanilla fragrance. It's super nice. Now, this is really good for the cold weather. It has almost like a bubblegum type sweetness. I'm going to say real quick, both of these fragrances are super sweet. And they kind of, I would say if I had to give them to like an age demographic, probably the more, youthful people. So say like 25 and below is probably when you want to wear these fragrances. Obviously, you guys can wear them whenever. I'm just saying that they're super sweet, and some of the older people might not really like a super sweet fragrance. But I think Ultra Male is super good. Like I said, a really sweet, fruity vanilla scent, and longevity is super good. I get like 9 to 10 hours with this batch. Super nice. You can get off on 9 p.m. I smelled that. It's stronger. It's a little bit fresher and a little bit sweeter, which interestingly enough, I don't like. I feel like this has the perfect blend of, longevity, sweetness. I feel like it's perfect, and I feel like off on 9 p.m. is just a little bit worse. Also, the top note of pears switched out for apple, but I have smelled off on 9 p.m. One of my buddies has it, and they do smell really similar. But this stuff leaves an excellent scent trail. It also projects really well, like 3 to 4 feet for the first couple hours, and moves down to 2 to 3, and then moves down to a skin scent. But stuff is sexy. The stuff is good. If you don't have, the money for Ultra Male, get 9 p.m. It'll be, it'll work just as well for a date night and just in the cool weather. But I think it's super good. If you have the money, I would say go out, splurge, and get Ultra Male. The next fragrance I'm going to recommend is La Male Elixir, obviously. Now, this is a tobacco, lavender, honey, and vanilla heavy fragrance. It's super sweet. This one is a lot sweeter than Ultra Male, I will say. I get like 10 to 11 hours longevity, so the longevity is slightly better. Also, one thing I like is it has an upgraded like ring on it. I know the other one, and every other one really doesn't have like the biggest ring, but this one has an actual, sturdy ring. It feels like it's supposed to be on there. I feel like the other ones kind of feel like they should just be thrown away. But do not throw them away. Keep them on your bottle. But this is super good. And this stuff leaves an excellent scent trail. I have a buddy who wears this, and we were in gym class together. He's like 10 feet in front of me walking, and I can just smell this fragrance. It's so nice, and it leaves such a huge scent trail. This stuff has great sillage, but it's so nice. This is a little more expensive. Retail, it's like $145 for a 4.2 ounce. That's the size I have. But no, it's still super good. The next fragrance, and I'm going to say that's worth the money. All three of these fragrances I recommend, and arguably every fragrance on this list, is 100% worth the money. The next fragrance I'm going to recommend is Jimmy Choo Man EDT. You can get Jimmy Choo Man Intense. If you're going on a date in the summer, you can try Jimmy Choo Man Ice or Aqua, or Blue, which Blue is going to be, everyday fragrance. Pretty much Blue, EDT, and Intense are going to be great everyday fragrances. Ice and Aqua are going to be great everyday fragrances as well, but those are going to be better for the summer. But my dad used to wear this stuff, and I have to tell you, ladies love this scent. Longevity is about 6 to 7 hours as well, which really with a date night fragrance, longevity doesn't really matter. As long as it's going to last throughout your guys' date, it's going to be perfect. But if I'm being honest, even if a fragrance only lasts like 2 hours, that's fine. There are some fragrances that only last 2 hours, such as the EDT of Loam, which is fine because you could use that one as a date night fragrance too. But Jimmy Choo Man EDT, it's a very sweet, aromatic fragrance. It's not very sweet. I really don't know why I said very sweet, but it's slightly sweet. It has some suede in it, but it's a woody fragrance, and it's super nice. I can't recommend this fragrance enough. Super good for every day, like I said. I did overpay. Don't overpay like me. I spent $40 on this 1.7 ounce. I was impatient, I won't lie. I didn't want to have to order it. But you can find the Intense version of this for like $40 for a 3.4 ounce, and you can find a 3.4 ounce of this for like $30, and a 6.7 ounce for like $40. So definitely, if you do buy it, get a big bottle. But it's a super good fragrance nonetheless, and I think anyone should have it in their collection. Next fragrance I'm going to recommend is Dolce & Gabbana The One, either the EDT or the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is the one that a lot of people say is a better date night fragrance, but this, super sweet. It must have like cinnamon or something. Interestingly enough, although I have worn this fragrance, I haven't really looked at the note breakdown. But sweet. Longevity is okay, 5 to 6 hours, so it isn't the best on longevity. Projection's decent, like 2 to 3 feet for the first, hour or two. Then kind of moves down to a skin scent later. But no, I like this stuff, and it's almost like addicting. Like, it's super boozy and sweet. I love this fragrance, and I got this stuff for dirt cheap. $19.50 for this 1.6 ounce, which was so good. And the La Nuit de L'Homme, I spent $20 for that 2 ounce. So I got two incredible deals there. And I know I say this every time I feature this fragrance on a video. If you guys have, been my fans for a while, you guys watch my videos, you guys know what's coming next. And if this was a ranking video, this would be my number one. It's my number one in any ranking video that this gets featured in. And that's Stronger With You EDT. This was my first fragrance. It's very nostalgic for me. Nostalgia aside, it's an incredibly sexy fragrance. This is my go-to date night fragrance. Whenever I go on a date with Hollis, this is what I wear. And it's just super good. It's really heavy on chestnut and vanilla. It's super sweet. You can get Intensely or Absolutely. I've tried Absolutely. It's not my personal favorite fragrance. I haven't tried Intensely. From what I understand, Intensely is just a sweeter version of this that lasts a little bit longer, even though I still get like 8 to 9 hours longevity with this fragrance. But this stuff's super good, honestly. I can't ever stop recommending this. It's incredible. And like I said, super nostalgic for me, but an incredible fragrance nonetheless. So I want you all to put down in the comments, what do you guys think of my list? Do you guys think that one of these fragrances I featured on this list actually is a better use outside of being a date night fragrance? If you guys do think that, I definitely want to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. So just leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Other than that, thank you all for 600 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I just realized I made that intro way too long. Thank you all for subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.